A man that has a deep voice that even Barry White would be envious of, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Page is here. He is the man that's starring in Ebenezer Scrooge. He's got some Pittsburgh ties. His wife, Paige Davis, trading spaces. You may remember her. Her parents are from here, and recently, obviously, they came back, and he is recently starring in Fagin all over Broadway, has made his way back to Pittsburgh. How special is this for you?
It's wonderful. I love being here. Thank you for having me.
Hey, tell me one thing. I notice you're an artist with the Shakespeare Theater in Washington, D.C., and I'm a big fan of that. Don't understand it, but I've always loved it. People like Peter O'Toole and Richard Harris and Peter Finch. When you think of these British actors in Shakespeare, does it fit, or there are some Americans that have been able to do it justice, do you think?
Oh, yeah, there are many, many Americans that are fabulous in Shakespeare. I think it's, obviously, Shakespeare is an English playwright, so they're steeped in it from the time they grow up. But there are more Shakespeare theaters in the United States than anywhere else in the world.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, when I mention people like Peter O'Toole, and I've just been seeing some stuff of him of late, and he passed away a couple of years ago, they don't really get much better on stage than what he was able to do.
Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, O'Toole was
A character.
Well, he was famous and notorious for perhaps the most unsuccessful production of the Scottish play, which we don't say the name of it because we're in a theater here, but it's the one that starts with M and ends with Macbeth. And it was a notoriously unsuccessful production in which after the murder, he came out covered in blood and the audience laughed themselves silly. And frequently he would tell the audience that if they kept laughing, he was going to start at the beginning and go back and keep starting over.
That's Peter O'Toole. But this is Patrick Page. Tell me about Charles Dickens and having a chance all of these hundreds of years later to have an opportunity to portray once again Ebenezer Scrooge, maybe the most popular Christmas character of all time, still in print today, never been out of print.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's such a powerful story, isn't it? We all like to think that we have a chance at redemption no matter what may have happened in our lives. And it's ironic in a way that Dickens wrote this book, which is about putting money in its proper perspective, which is that it shouldn't have a central importance in someone's life. But he wrote the book to make money because he was out of money. So he wrote this book, and it did in fact make a lot of money and has been doing so ever since.
Here's the amazing thing, Patrick Page, before we go back, and you'll hear him on the radio on the KDK Afternoon News with John McIntyre and I in today for Robert Mangino. Don't forget, through December 23rd, you can see him, Byham Theater, 6th Street, downtown Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Cultural District. Get your tickets at the Byham Theater box office today and come down and experience what a treat. But here's the thing. He did it for the money, as you said. It needed some quick cash. But the very first day, it sold out, 6,000 copies, and really was the one and only major thing that he ever did. So I guess when you least expect it, sometimes some things good happen.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Patrick Page, continue now. KDK Afternoon News, News Radio 1020, KDK.